Hey everyone, welcome back to Unsealed and Revealed, the web series from Sideshow, in which me and two of my closest buddies unbox the latest and greatest coolness in the 6-scale community. I am Terry Smith, your host, and with me as always from way out west at the Sideshow Studios is my buddy Guy James Klender. Totally dropped your middle name there, Guy. How's it going, bud?
It's going well. This is one I know you and I talked about for a long time. Seeing it in the film, and then of course when they released it, that we hoped it would in 6-scale form, and now to finally get it. I know there's always that we see them, and then it could be quite a ways off till it's actually in our hands. But it is today, and I'm excited to show it to you.
Speaking of things that I'm excited to show people, also out there in California in the dungeons at Sideshow, is my good and most joyous of friends, Paul Hernandez. What's shaking, Paul?
Hello, everyone. Hi. It's good to see you. I just saw you folks a minute ago, but I'm happy to be here on Unsealed and Revealed with you guys. This is a great piece. I love this suit. One of my favorites. It's just, it's just a different color scheme than I'm used to, and I love any time a color scheme can do that. You guys can check out the figure that we're talking about right here, side.show/Unsealed Iron Patriot. We are live on YouTube, the Let Your Geek Sideshow Facebook group, the Facebook page, and on Twitch. Wherever you are, like, comment, subscribe, because every time you do, that's one less second Guy has to wait to play with these toys, because we are very, very, very excited for them. So, yeah, very excited here for the Iron Patriot 6-scale by Hot Toys. Super stoked. Let's get to it.
I wanted to be the one to say its
Boom.
name.
All right.
Beats to it. Gotta stay at the top of the show, sir.
Oh, well, you have to stay in the dungeon.
We're diving right in.
The Hot Toys Iron Patriot 6-scale figure from Avengers Endgame is legitimately my most anticipated figure of 2021. That's what year this is, right?
Yep.
I just had to double check in my head. Yeah, 2021. Still 2021. It's moving fast though, people. But yes, so excited to see it in Guy's hot little hands, because that means it's one step closer to creeping its way into my room here. So, without further ado, Guy, let me see how this thing came out, man. I'm really stoked over here.
Let's take a look. If you've seen any of their diecast figures before, they come in a very large box that are going to have the styrofoam insert that is embossed with the logo of the character. These are a side slide. If you're going to do something like this, just hold with both hands. This is going to have an under tray as well as the main top tray. Make sure, as always, particularly with this figure, you take a look at those instructions. They are important with this. I'm going to let the lower one off. So as I said, when you're going to get the styrofoam ones like this, you're going to have the pull tab up top. On the front is going to be the character name on there. This guy here, we talked about him being the big boy. This is one of the largest diecast and the largest one we've had with the Iron Patriot or War Machine. He comes in at about 6.3 pounds. This guy is massive. In the top tray.
Sounds like Thor's not the only one that needs to eat a salad.
Exactly. Well, there's some interesting. I can't wait to talk about some of the interesting aspects of the way in which this guy is. But he's huge. He's beautiful. There, as Paul said, there's that paint scheme. We saw a little bit of that kind of red, white, and blue paint scheme once before, but then it went kind of back to the metallics. So this is going to be an out of the box, and Michael's going to be kind enough we're going to leave it on a lot of close-ups because there's a lot of great detail, and we want to show those off. And while we're doing that, I'll also use it as an opportunity to show off all of your battery compartments and such. So let's head right up to the top. Now I'm going to put a little bit of light on there just to bounce a little bit. If at any point, Terry, you or Paul suggest, hey, turn that light off, I'm getting a shadow, let me know.
Okay.
But
no, it looks good right now. Yeah,
all right.
So I would keep rolling with that.
All right, so let's go to that close-up on the helmet design. What I'm liking on here in both the helmet and other areas of the head is when you look on here, it's going to have these kind of like reactor, almost bolt style on there. That's going to be in the face plate. Now, this is different than some of the others where, yeah, there we go. Isn't that neat? And of course, you do have
Yeah, it looks really, really mean, which is kind of
a little different.
I think it's a good quality for a War Machine armor. It's got to look intimidating and stuff. And
Exactly.
yeah, they've really done something special here.
And underneath,
Wow.
you're going to have your battery compartment. All right. You are going to have, and it's in your lower tray, that is going to be your batteries and all of your little tools. As you can see, it's very bright. Magnetic on there. Working our way down, you're going to see, like, even on the shoulders, and these are these large, big shoulders this time. You're getting these, all of the little markings. We saw this on some of the others where it would say Rhodes, would have the name on the chest area, so you're getting like the FF.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
But you still get the name
true.
There on the side that he's got. I always liked that. It's that very kind of Air Force. You're also getting the stars over on the other here. I like that it continues with that idea all the way down. Even having it's very okay. We talked about the size of the suits. This is like the Harrier. This is the Harrier jet. And saying that, you're seeing those things that are Harrier jets now. Like I said, the little triangles in the name. The only thing you're not getting on here is the no step that you'll see on aircrafts. But you're seeing a lot of other there. I'm going to keep on that close up.
Just to be clear, the Harrier jet isn't very big. So.
Well, it's big enough for me. You know, the big guys. This is huge. Take a look at the, you got your Danger on the back there. Got your large flaps. Now that open area there, we're going to show off a little bit later. All of the different weaponry that you can put back there. But this is also where, and this is one of the easiest access ports.
Yeah, I guess
okay.
so.
That we've ever had to one of these. Boom. Hit our light effect on there. I'm going to slide this back on. And I'm also going to turn off the light here so you can see you're getting a lot. Can you hear them warming up? You can get those lighting effects around those two, the front disc area there. You also see, as I said, all that kind of danger as far as like reactor.
Yeah, I love that.
The ones above it. And some of the incredible, just really great detail. Now, this doesn't have a lot of battle damage, scratching, scoring, dents, dings, or anything like that. This is a lot like a factory paint on this guy here. Now, here, while we've got that there, you do have flaps that move outward, like so. Now, these back two panels here, and we're going to show those off later, are a magnetic panel, and these are going to hold the large missile racks, as well as the guns, depending on how you choose to use them. Or, of course, you can have them open as well. All right?
I choose to use them by pointing them at the enemy and firing them.
Exactly. Working our way down onto the arm area. When we get to the forearm here, is also where you're going to have your access point to this. This is some of the easiest access panels we've had to any of the light up effects. Okay, this panel here, I'm going to remove that. Also, when you armor all of this guy up, and you will be able to see all of the armament here, there are 4 panels that come off and they snap in nice and easy. But I'm going to remove this one here and turn on the light so you can see it going. All right.
One of my favorite parts of the show.
Is the light up?
It's right up there with Tread Watch. Did I say it too soon?
Is the light up feature?
I love the light up feature on the show because I myself won't be doing it at home. So it's like the only time that I'm legitimately going to see the light up feature.
Terry, a man who just does not like little batteries.
It's an ongoing thing for me. It's like it's a challenging thing to put these lights into the batteries into the figure, and I keep them in their case so they never get lit up. So I just would rather keep the batteries nice and fresh in the case.
There you go.
One step closer to mint, you might say.
Exactly. So. With that in mind, and it's a great point you bring up, a lot of times the batteries can be very problematic or time consuming. This is probably some of the fastest you're ever going to have. 3 in the top, 3 in the back, 3 on each of the arm, and very, very easy access panels on all of those.
Very standard.
All right. So there we
Iron
go.
members for
Out of the
those
box,
people out
he is going to have that closed fist, but it is going to allow for that light up feature. Work our way down toward the hips. Again, incredible design. What we have in here, we're going to get into the articulation, is they've done what they've been doing with some of the other Iron Man figures, is it does going to have that joint that allows you to extend to get deeper, further bends. All right. Also on the side there, you see more of that aircraft style, the 4 BBL,
Bitchin'.
all of that. Now I said, you know, it's almost factory paint. There's a little bit of dings and scrapes and dirt, particularly around the foot area. I'm going to
He must have chafed it on Giant Man's glove.
Exactly.
Spoiler alert. For those
There we go. That was the back of the
under a
glove
rock.
sections for you to see. You are going to have the 2 fists that the character comes with. You are going to have 2 of the hands that are articulated. And you're also going to have the ones that are done on an angle. And that way, that light feature is very nice and bright for an upward repulsor blast. Going down. Yeah, this is, again, another intense tread watch when we get down to these guys here. It's going to have a lot of articulated points and moving sections that'll go here, including the toe and such. But since we're down here, we'll do an early advanced release. Say it, Terry. Say it.
Red watch.
There we
You
go.
caught me sipping my coffee.
Yes. But we got it in that beautiful deep tone. Again, that repulsor on the foot in the design. You do have the rocker style like that. And I said there's also a little articulation in the toe unit when it goes like so. All right. Going to drop back down here. Now, we talked about our accessories on this guy, and I am going to start to pull those out, but we're going to talk about the first major one that it's going to come with, and it's one of the neatest things we've seen on this is that portrait. Okay, we're going to let him get a close-up
yeah,
there.
it's pretty strong.
Portrait
In the
on
photos,
this
it looks
is
really good.
one of the nicest we've seen on there. Okay, I will leave the link.
That's a bold claim, Guy. Or when you say the nicest we've seen, do you mean nicest that we've seen of James Rhodes, or
Of
nicest
James
that we've
Rhodes.
seen from
Of Rhodey. This is the nicest Rhodey one that we've seen. And it's just a really incredible
Yeah,
design. Now, that neck
that is him, man. Look
Isn't
at
that, you see that neck cowl is a separate piece. I set it there actually to
Yeah.
just kind of hold it while I had it there. And we will, of course, do a swap out. Again, very, very easy swap out. So even though he's got all of this stuff going on, he is a pretty darn easy figure to do the extra stuff to. All right, let's talk about the lower tray and what we've got in that. Our lower tray is going to have this, our large Avengers Endgame base for our character. It does not have a dynamic stand. This is a metal bent stand. Of course, it's supposed to be bent that way. To hold the weight, as I said, this is talking one that's over 6 pounds on there with the grab underneath. Like so. So
You guys at home can't see it, but every time a guy mentions the weight of this figure, I can see Paul in the preview off to the side shaking his head in disbelief. It's a colossal weight to this figure.
Yes.
It's
to say that
big.
to say that a 6 scale figure weighs 6 pounds at this size. I mean, we've seen 6 pound figures that were much taller, but at this size, 6 pounds, that's a lot of beef.
That's a lot of beefy guy. All right.
Where is the beef? All in this figure.
All in this figure. All right.
Thank you.
This right here is going to be on your bottom tray. These pieces here, and I'm going to be laying some of them out, are all the armament that is going to go onto the forearms. Okay? They are all marked with either an R or an L, pertaining to which place you're going to put those on. So it makes it very easy. The only ones that are not done that way are going to be the 2 cannons and the supports, and that is because those can go on either side. All right, so I'll take those out in a little bit. Another one. Look at this guy. This is the huge.
I'm looking at you, Guy. Oh, wait, the gun. Okay.
The double gun. This is going to go off the back of the figure, and I'll show how it goes on in just a little bit. This does have some articulation points. You can pull it a little apart. Okay, you saw that I kind of extended it, and then giving you a bit of open.
Oh, that's good.
All
that's
right.
good. A little
Now,
bit of a...
it's important to note when you're looking at all of the metal armament there, and I'm going to hit a little light there so we get some different reflections, is to know where and which, where it can move and where it cannot move. Know that on there. It will allow you to bend it back once we have it in place. You have a peg there, and I'm going to show where that pegs in. All right. And once in place, you do have some pivot to the side. Okay. I bring this up because you don't want to overstress those. It's going to look and designed to look as though all of those pieces are moving. It does not, so know the range of motion. Again, that range of motion will be told to you here in the instructions. So make sure you read those. Next up.
Nah.
Nah. Next up are these guys here. You're going to have both a right and a left. These go up over on the shoulder, and these are going to be the missile compartments. This is in a closed position. You, of course, can do them in either one. Down on the bottom of it, you are going to see that there are two small connection points, and that is for this armament here that goes onto the back to have them up and over. Okay? Again, follow those instructions because they're going to tell you how you do it. Those two will go toward the closest part of the body. Okay, so know where they are. You can open these up. Don't force them. I wouldn't use anything sharp. Your fingernails should be enough to do it. Or, I know Terry enjoys his morning coffee. Take an extra coffee stirrer when you're at the coffee place, and I use those too because
Those things are better for the environment, Guy.
I don't have to worry about the wood. No, I'm reusing the wood. Didn't say the plastic ones. I said the wood ones. Terry Smith there.
That had to come from a tree somewhere, Guy.
No. Not if you don't think about it.
Exactly. Not if we don't think about it. All right. So there it is.
The chicken breast didn't come from a live chicken if you didn't think about it.
In live form, in open form there, we're talking about chickens. I want to show where these are going to attach on the back. As I said, we have two large magnet right there in the middle. Boom. All right. Those will go on there. All right. So you can have both of those in there. I also talked about the guns and what you have there. So I'm going to pull out one of each. We're going to stay on that close up. We do have the wedge. All right. And our gun. I'm going to turn this to the side so I can see it there. Boom. It'll clip in. There we are. And then magnet our weapon. Okay.
Riveting.
So you have, two options as far as how you want to do it. And of course, you'd have those empty if you're going to have your missile compartments and the gun both up. But those are how those will go. Paul, I know I'm kind of moving through all of the little accessory bits and everything pretty quickly here. So before I go any further, are there any questions about these before I keep going?
So about, this piece specifically, I think you're going through it at a good pace. People are definitely enjoying, you doing this. Now, I did ask a question. I asked a poll in the YouTube chats for everyone. I said, if, when everyone gets this over at side.show/Unsealed Patriot, would this be the heaviest 6 scale in your collection at 6 pounds? Now, I am not counting the Hulkbuster.
Okay.
Oh.
That's the one I'm not counting.
Well,
Because obviously. But, okay, so we had some people on YouTube answering, and they said War Machine and then Infinity War Machine, probably about the same. But I think this is heavier than that. Guy, you're familiar with both. This is heavier than that piece, right?
By a very small amount. If you have, but These are the big guys. These are heavy.
Yeah, that's a lot of diecast.
There's a lot of diecast in this guy here. A lot of diecast. While you guys were talking.
What would you say is the heaviest one in your collection, Guy?
Heaviest one in my collection. Wow. I don't have this one yet in my collection, but he will be in here. So we said no on the Hulkbuster. We're not going to include that. So this guy may be it. I'm trying to think of the things that go in the bottom of display cases because you don't want to have any problems with the weight. And this guy will definitely be
right. No, but that was a question that someone got, guys. They said, "Hey, when I get this, does this go at the bottom of my DTOL at the bottom of my shelf?"
Yes.
You would probably, both of you would maybe say absolutely.
Yeah, I would do that. Anytime you're having a heavier figure like that, remember that you're also having the glass and everything. Yes, 6 pounds isn't a lot for those little shelves, but I wouldn't put my,
So I'm
heaviest
go ahead
items
and
up there.
interrupt you here, Guy. I actually would like to answer this question for my own collection because it's
Oh.
something I want to know. It's not something I really considered before, but now that the question has been posed, I have here a scale in front of me, and and I have what I suspect is somebody who might actually beat it. That is not a Hulkbuster. So,
this is a 6 scale figure and not a maquette. The eye.
What?
So here we go. Here's Igor.
Igor.
Was Igor diecast? Igor is one I do not own.
Now keep in mind.
What does he come in at, Terry?
He clocks in at. Hang on a second here. Get out of town. There's no way. Is this scale broken?
4 pounds.
What is it?
4.15 pounds.
Boom!
It's gotta be. There's gotta be more diecast in that piece. Gotta be.
Something's up. Yeah. I'm just gonna try something new here. Yeah. It's definitely not an error on the part of the scale.
Yeah.
So this is definitely even given the mass of Igor, this is going to be the heaviest 6 scale figure in my collection.
Okay.
I think what I'm hearing is we need an official unsealed and revealed 6 scale.
Yeah.
The 6 scale.
A 6 scale. Yeah.
This is it, right?
I've got one here that the fake girlfriend uses for baking, but
fake girlfriend?
I still love that
it's a
phrase.
whole thing.
Fake
It's a whole
girlfriend.
bit.
I still love the fake girlfriend phrase.
Are we just gonna pass up the idea that Sam got the weight exactly right? He nailed it.
Really?
I can't give it
He
up.
said like 4.5 pounds.
As Sam is currently still dancing over in the corner. I wish I had a GoPro from my angle for you to see. Just really good dance moves, by the way. All right, so let's take another quick close-up here of the back section. All right, this is that piece that removes, that has the battery compartment. You see right above it is a little notched area, and that is where that honkin' big cannon is going to go in. Now, if I were to just slide it in now, you'd have all of that revealed, and you don't want to have that. So on this piece here, which is the cover, also has a removable bit right in the middle. Pulls right out. So I do that. Pop this back on. Big cannon. As you can see, monstrous. Absolutely monstrous.
Yeah, it's wow.
But that's a very, very cool look that they've done.
I mean, honestly, man, I look at this, and as much as I love it, even I have to admit that if I were to summate this figure with a single word, I think that word would be overkill.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that's what's so neat about it.
Yeah.
Is that it is
That's why
just
I'm
you're
so
just
excited.
like, oh, okay, and more and more. This is a character that's just screaming the word more and more and more.
There's an absurd quality to it.
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing the prototype, not the prototype, but the concept for it in the art of book shows that it was not originally meant to be an Iron Patriot. It was actually the grays and the silver tones of War Machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of glad that they did this though. This is a lot more fun.
Let's take a look at the next armament area. Right on the back, we have those two, what I kind of said here, like reactor. Those there also lift out. All right. When I've lifted those out, that is where we're going to put our support arms for our missiles. All right. Pretty sweet.
missiles.
Pretty sweet. Support arm for missile. Support arm for missile. Now that I've got these up here, and we've got a little close up, we're going to talk about articulation of these. Okay, these do not spin or turn that way or the other. There will be a slight bit of motion once I attach the actual little box as well. This is the piece that moves. All right. But again, that's a small moving piece, even on something this large as we've talked about. So please do be careful when you're doing it. Okay, I wanted to show it up here so you have it on there. I'm actually going to take the piece off before attaching these on here because I am going to have to put a bit of pressure on there. See, Terry, you got to arm the heck out of this guy.
He just keeps looking bigger and bigger every time they cut to him. It's like, and I
Like The
know
Rock.
I know that it's at least, yeah, exactly.
He's like The Rock.
It's just like every time you put a piece on him, it just becomes just more and more absurd. Yeah, he's way more swole than he was like in the last shot. I just cannot wait for this.
Yeah,
So
it's really, he is so impressive and so it's such a neat design. I think I'm with Paul that it was just kind of neat to see it go back to that kind of that Iron Patriot, red, white, and bluey kind of thing that I think he's kind of enjoying that aspect. Okay,
You know,
so
I'd actually seen some comments online. People thought that he would be bigger, and I'm like, why would you think that? It doesn't make
You
any
wanted
sense.
more?
you wanted,
Yeah,
I was, darn it,
exactly.
you got it.
Thank you. Nailed it.
Well,
Nailed it. Oh, okay.
He beat me by 2 seconds.
Can you grab that for me, Michael?
PB.
He's drunk.
Oh boy, we are all on the same page today. I love it.
That's what 6.2
So it's one of those shows.
sounds like.
Yeah, this is the
That's
show
what,
that I subscribed for.
That's what like 45 to 50 consecutive shows will do, folks.
Yeah. Now remember,
Eventually you're gonna get-
Rhodey did have issues with his legs, so that was
Yes.
horribly,
Well, I think
horribly
maybe
cold.
while Guy
horribly
is
cold.
getting
Sam's
it
like,
set up
oh my
and
god.
while he's getting that set up and posed, Terry, we got an event next week.
You know, that's what I heard, and we actually won't be doing an Unsealed and Revealed next week because of it. So don't look forward to that. If you're all of you out there who are looking forward to playing Guess the Reveal this week, sorry to disappoint, but we've decided to put that by the wayside. Instead, there's going to be something much bigger that's coming your way. Want to talk to that? Want to talk to them about that, Paul? I think you're more details than I am. It'd be perfect.
So we have next week, we have Sideshow New York Con. You can register right now, side.show/NYCon21. Of course, we are going to be having live streams and giveaways and shows and all other sorts of professional shenanigans from Monday and it ends. I believe it'll go through the week, but we've got our live streams Monday through Thursday. We've got the Sideshow Con desk back. Very excited to bring all that for you guys. Maybe some new product reveals, but you got to just show up to really benefit from all that. But that's next week. We're working really, really hard. It's going to be a really tight schedule as it was during Sideshow Con, but we are going to try our absolute best to get Guy at the desk, and I'll be there with him, and we might do an Unsealed light, maybe for a piece that you guys are all very excited for. Take a closer look at some of them, maybe another closer look at a piece that we will be looking at the next day in the booth. So side.show/NYCon21 to register. And I buried the lead there a little bit, but we are premiering our next episode of Strike a Pose, Season 4, Episode 2. This is a really, really great one. We've got two incredible cosplayers. We've got Steven Glickman on as well. And right after the episode of Strike a Pose, it's about 20-25 minutes, directly after, we have got them three calling in and tuning in live to be doing like an after party show, talking about the experience. We'll have Terry there as well. Hopefully, if he could make it, It's
I'm actually thinking about going to Comic-Con. No, I'm
all
kidding.
right.
I'm kidding. That'll never happen.
From your home because everything's online now.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that is at 4. So we are premiering the episode at 4 p.m. on YouTube. Maybe Steven, maybe some of the other cosplayers will be there in the comments, but they will for sure be there in the after party show, sort of hanging out and explaining what the process of Strike a Pose is. And me and Alan have already had the very fortunate opportunity to talk to them. I'm just saying that our 2 cosplayers are coming correct. Let's just say that.
Can I interject something here? I have to just say this. I don't usually talk like this when it comes to episodes of Strike a Pose, but this has legitimately been some of the most fun that I've had on a single episode of Strike a Pose. The interaction between all the contestants was really on point and a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
There's really taking pokes at each other, and also some of the really coolest poses that I've seen. So
yeah,
chime in.
And you guys will get a ton of Sideshow rewards coming your way. You got to tune in to get those. And then what better way to use those than to spend your hard-earned rewards on one of the many figures that we unseal and reveal here, right? Boom.
Yes.
Tied it all up with a bow. How you doing, Guy?
Wow. Yeah.
I'm doing
I
great.
don't know where to go after that.
I'm doing great. While you guys were breaking that down, I wanted to show the last armament. You're going to see in there, in your instructions, it's going to say how to do the forearm. I'm going to do the left one. I've got that ready to go, and I've removed all of the pieces. So make sure, again, that you follow these. But as I said, on them, you're going to see little letters, L3, L1, L2, and such. All right, you've got the 4 panels, 2 on this side, 1 on upper, 1 on...
my battleship guy.
Yeah, 1 on lower. These are all of the different pieces you're going to have. This particular one is going to attach the cannon underneath. So you'll have like so. So let's light this guy up. Boy, I mean, you said it. You were like,
I don't know if
oh.
anybody's noticing from home, but this is taking a long time to assemble. So you can probably count on that when you get it in your collection. You're gonna have to set aside a little bit of time.
Yes.
Of course, it's gonna be a lot of fun. These are the kind of times that we enjoy as collectors of 6 scale stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But the end result is going to make all that time spent well worthwhile. I can tell already. Like you still got a bit more to go, right, Guy?
Yes. Now I'm going to just do the left side here, just for time's sake. But we are going to, again, you can have either one. You can rock 'em, sock 'em on this armament, which is just crazy. The amount of... You talked about him just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Hey, look at him. It's absurd.
So now...
How is he not falling over? It doesn't make any sense.
Also, now, all of those don't have to go on there. And there's another one we could switch out instead as well. If we didn't want to have this cannon, we could also have another. You have a lot of different options, all right? But that is all 4 up on there. And you can see the difference between the two, how huge and open. Hey, look at that.
Oh, hey, Alan.
When I said look at that, I didn't mean this. Look, everybody, it's Alan.
Who is that? All sexy and black. War Machine?
It's Alan.
He's so sneaky. He's so sneaky. Coming in there like so. But yes, there you go. There's the 2 next to one another. So when there was that question about size and everything else, they, these are both heavy dudes. This guy might, I'm thinking they're very, very close. This guy might get a little heavier once you fully armed him up. Getting those micro ounces on there. Each little gram cranking up. But okay, now that we've got them all armored up, we better talk about articulation points, Terry. And then we're going to pose this guy, you and I.
I just want to go and interject that I'm really delighted that we got a cameo by Sneaky on the set today. It's legitimately one of my favorite house party armor. It's one of my favorite house party armors, man. Just really sleek and sneaky.
Sneaky. All right, articulation points.
Baby. Let's talk. Yeah.
All right, we did talk about the ball joint head and your traditional there. Realize it does have that large kind of neck protection up in the back there, so be cautious when you're kind of doing your poses with him. The arm shoulder is a ball joint there. You see that I can kind of pull that outward. See if I put a little more light up on there, you can see that you do have those. So you can move it out of the way when you are going to move your arm to wherever you need it to be. That'll always say in the instructions to kind of move those panels out of the way so they don't collide. Also on the back, you can see that when you move that butterfly arm joint,
that's really awesome.
there you're going to see them. Then of course I can close it up. Here on the bicep, we're going to have a full turn, like we've seen in the other Iron Man figures. When I go with a little more than 90, that bicep will move up and out of the way.
Okay.
For us here, pretty darn cool. You see that there. And then
the way that Hot Toys is engineering these bits to allow you
right?
to get more of a range of motion per joint is it's becoming more and more impressive with each subsequent figure. That bicep, I think we first saw with the Mark 50, which you know is one of my favorites, and which may actually be supplanted by Iron Patriot when it gets here. I don't know yet.
Well,
but
I think they should
that's
go
really
next to
awesome.
one another.
Those shoulders, that's pretty ubiquitous across the line. You can count on those shoulders being movable for pretty much all the figures.
Correct. Then we're going to get down into the chest area. Right here, these other reactors that are the lit ones, you'll see that this is, they're actually able to be moved. Okay? So when I'm going to turn that figure, that is okay. It's supposed to do that. Okay?
That's handy.
It is
Looks
neat.
like where you put the plutonium.
Yeah, exactly. It is where they've done it. You can extend that. All right? To get a little bit more Terry trunk twist. You can also extend the legs, as I've said. So you get a little more twist there. You get that turn out there. And we get a little more than 90 on our bend. And we already discussed the foot. And I believe, Terry, we have finally gone over all of the points of articulation.
About time.
Yeah, I know. I told you this guy had it all. He had it all going on.
Oh, not complaining, dude. Taking all this time to go over a figure like this is a joy in and of itself, man. Yeah, you take all the time you need. Legitimately. Okay, are we ready for this?
Well,
okay.
If you and Paul don't have any questions for me to answer while I've got him kind of in this semi-neutral but armored to the teeth.
The only question is, why have we not started posing this badass figure?
Was that? I think the person who asked that question would be producer Alan. Was that the case?
Yes.
Or me. I want to see him pose. He looks so cool. He's so heavy.
All right.
All right.
He's not heavy. He's my brother.
Well, sadly, I didn't pick up my Iron Man armor from the cleaners today, so you're just gonna have to imagine when I get up that I'm actually clad in some sort of a suit. So if you're ready, Guy, then I'll go ahead and stand up and
I am ready to see what you're gonna do.
The thing of it is, okay, and I'll say this before I get up. You're mostly there with what I wanted to do.
Okay.
It's just going to require just a little bit of tweaking, but I'm just going to just to humor you, and especially to humor Alan and all of our guests out there in the ether sphere. I'm going to go ahead and stand up and do this anyway. So, crank that microphone up. So
that's probably my favorite part of the show. Is what wild and wacky things can we get Terry to do?
Okay. So, as you can see, you've got him already with his feet slightly more than shoulder width apart. His arms are kind of bent up, but what we're after here more than anything else is posture and symmetry. That's the name of the game right here. Okay. So what we want is we want to get those fists clenched, all right, and just kind of like he's done that whole thing, like he's really shoving his elbows back and he's sticking that chest out and he's thrusting those hips forward, just basically to absorb all the blowback from those cannons that he's firing from over his shoulder and above his head, right? Mm-hmm. So again, just trying to get him to stand as straight and tall as possible. I almost guarantee you're going to need the stand for that.
Okay.
And in violation of almost every bit of advice I have ever given in regards to posing, we aren't going to do any Terry twisting. Oh, those feet are way too wide.
Oh, no. That was just me getting to stuff. I'm working on getting the arms in a backward deal there, but still kind of maintaining that that 90, but still going back.
Ooh, I actually just thought of a great modification to my original idea.
Okay.
So I'm going to unplug it and walk back there.
Let's modification
Instead of having him stand like this with his feet apart, let's have him step forward and have him really lean into it like this. You got it?
Got it. Terry, step a little further back because I want to see where your feet are, if you have them turned out or other.
Just one foot forward, 1 foot back, just like he's walking
Slight
forward.
turn on that. Slight turn on this leg. Boom, boom, boom.
And then when I get forward, I can call out any minor adjustments.
All right. I am using the stand with a 6-pound behemoth guy. I'm going to give a little extra.
I'm checking the width of those legs, guy.
What do you think?
Nothing. Just, I think actually that's, yeah, I think the legs are a little too wide, man. I think let's go ahead and bring it in again like it's not going to be like, my original instructions for slightly more than shoulder width apart no longer apply. We want him actually striding forward. Like he's walking into fire.
Okay, walking into fire, kind of a full bent knee.
Let's see. I think it's fine the way it is. I wouldn't bend it any more than that. And then but what we want to do is we want to make sure that torso is straight up and down. See how he's leaning a little bit forward? We want him up, standing tall and proud with his chest sticking way out. Because when you're leaning forward into that kind of thing, it kind of gives the impression that there's some effort being made, like it's a struggle to march forward into the combat. But if you have him standing tall, then he's become like this wall that's preventing that onslaught from passing him.
Okay.
Okay. Now here's what we need to do. Yeah, just keep working until you get that thing level. And then those arms are just a little bit too close to the body, especially the left one. We want to get that left arm out a little bit.
This is fun to tweak this little stuff.
It is fun to tweak this little stuff. Who giggled at that? Was that you?
That was me. But I that's the fun part, is doing the little...
Yeah. You know, it'd be awesome if we had a rocket raccoon to pose on top of him. That would be really sweet.
Well, this is the heaviest figure. I mean, you're talking about the lightest figure?
Hair's getting in my face.
I mean, the lightest figure?
Oh!
Hey!
I'm so excited.
Yeah, dude.
I legitimately did not know we had that. Oh, that's awesome. I'm just looking at the product page right now, and I was like, man, that would be really cool to recreate.
Yeah. And this is like the perfect.
Nice.
I had this in mind, Paul. I actually did know. I was clued in, but I'm delighted by your reaction, though.
That's why you should always read the show notes, people.
Oh, it's like, why did I not buy this Rocket Raccoon figure? Dang. Yeah.
You know, I have this Rocket. I love it. He was the first of the Rocket figures I ever picked up, and I think he's still in stock, isn't he? So this would be the great companion piece to pick up already.
Will check.
Guy, we were talking about something today on the phone, that figure that I had that you wanted. Maybe we should talk about that a little bit more.
I think so.
Sideshow
in
Wheeling
stock
and
with
Dealing.
free
6 Scale Hustlers, the new show at Sideshow's YouTube channel.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Yep, and free U.S. shipping.
Boom. Talk about some height on that.
Companion piece, everyone.
Wait, what? Wait, is Rocket still there?
Uh-huh.
No.
Barely, but
I'm going to order it right now.
Look at now. Now, there was the question earlier by somebody about, whoosh, yeah, look at that, coming through the portal, about, do you think I'd put him on the bottom shelf? I'm pretty sure once you've got Rocket, if you're going to put him on the top like that, that height is probably going to be over the 15-inch mark, which is what you've got in one of those cases. However, and it would require a little more finagling, and I do want to do it when I get mine, is, of course, we could probably also have him on the arm there, but I wanted to quickly put him up there so he can be with our guy. Man, he's neat.
Okay, order in.
Yeah, click. He's a fast click. I'm going to step out of the way so you just have the figure to look at, and not me in the way.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah. Look, he's a behemoth, isn't he? Great band, by the way.
I mean, this is shelf presence like nobody's business.
Yeah, without a doubt. I just wonder. I'm gonna have to finagle a way to get Rocket and Iron Patriot into a D-top shelf at the same time, or I'm just gonna have to put them on the big shelf behind me so that everybody gets to look at them.
They might be a big shelf guy. They might have to go on a horizontal shelf there.
Put on your big shelf pants, Iron Patriot. You're going on the wall.
Put on the big shelf pants. Boom.
Fortunately, I drilled that brace for that shelf straight into studs on all 3 points.
There you go.
So that's not going. I legitimately did a pull up on it before I hung the shelf. Almost bent the frame. Gotta lose weight. I like Iron Patriot and Thor. Like Iron Patriot and Thor, I too need to eat a salad. So
now this is all armored up. Of course, we didn't do the right arm armored, which you can do, and you do have a different swap out gun option.
Yes.
Instead of the long one on that top cannon. So there's a lot you're going to be able to do, and even without all of the armament on, he's amazing looking. I kind of dig him just in that neutral. Now I think you're going to obviously kind of want to show him off this way, but still pretty cute.
I'll want to show him off in any way that I can, my friend. I'm sorry. Yeah, I should be looking at the camera, but I just can't stop looking at this image. I'm imagining what I'm going to be doing with this thing. It's I don't. Every time I think that okay, I really don't need any more Iron Man armors of any kind, then a new one comes out like this, and I just get giddy all over again. Yeah, it's like I really want my focus in 6th scale to be Mandalorian, but
there's so many things you can do with him.
My heart really lies.
This is the kind of figure that I would hope like one day I could like watch something like How to Be a Poser or something and learn the different poses I could do with a figure like this.
I would be okay with that.
Yeah. I'm just going to spin him around just so you can see just all of that cool armament, how you can have all the rocket on there. I mean, again, we talked about it having that kind of aircraft look that you, of course, have the jets on the back there. On the inside of the leg, also having that reactor. Yes. I like these kind of reactors on there. I thought that was really fun.
The plutonium modules that are shoved into his lower abdomen really are doing it for me. It's not something that we've seen.
And I like that they've done those with a hint of articulation.
Yeah, I think we had those with the I can't believe I couldn't think of the name of a Hulkbuster. I had to stop and hesitate and think about that. But yeah, I think we had something similar with the Hulkbuster, which why don't I have that?
I don't know.
Hold on, I'm going back to the Sideshow site. Just kidding. I'm not that impulsive.
You're not?
Yes, he is, folks. Anyway. Yes, he is. We're both that impulsive.
Yeah. My wife might be watching this. More importantly, her lawyer might be. So,
Paul, what do you think of that color scheme?
This is legitimately everything that I wanted it to be.
He's great.
I love it. I mean, as a huge Doctor Strange fan, also, I am loving the rings as well behind. Like it's just great. It looks so good. And I still am like I cannot stress. I'm not doing a bit. I legitimately did not know we had that rocket nearby. And I had just typed in our private chat off to the side. I was like, oh, it'd be awesome if we had one. And then friggin' boom, here he comes.
See, I wasn't sure about that because when you said that, I'm like, okay, I think he's prompting me to tell Guy to bring in Rocket. So I just went ahead and said the same thing. And then your reaction was so pure and sincere on the camera that I was like, wow, he had no idea. But
no, I did not.
Yep, we have a Rocket, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
This guy's got a lot of rockets.
Rocket looks so
yes, he does. What's one more, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I actually think, can you turn him to the side a little bit, Guy? Because I want to offer a suggestion out there for people who might be interested in finding a way to fit Rocket into a DTOF. Now, assuming that the cannons on the top there don't carry the figure over that 15-inch limit for a DTOF. I think it's 15 inches.
Correct. 15 on a DTOF.
Yeah, 15. Okay, 15 on a DTOF. I just got my first DTOFs like 6 months ago, everyone. So I'm still learning and trying to remember. But I'm thinking that maybe there's a way that you can like have Rocket like hanging out on his back and kind of way down low.
I said I'd have to fiddle with him, but if I were to do him, I may want to have him down on the arm, which is of course how we see him enter.
Right. Now, see, that would do it. It would
So,
take some finagling, but
it's
that
gonna,
would
yeah.
work.
I mean, I'm not gonna do it right now to have it, but it is an option. Obviously, when we first see these two come through the portal, I believe he's kind of on the arm.
Yes. In fact, that's even better than my idea, which would have had him like halfway hidden by War Machine or by Iron Patriot from behind. You wouldn't really be able to see too much more than Rocket's head if you had him on display front facing in the DTOF. But having him like that, that's how to do it. I think that's your pose.
No,
Very,
Terry,
very
I
cool.
like your idea about having Rocket use his gun like a turret. That sounds awesome.
Right? Wouldn't it be cool? I think that'd
That
be a
sounds
blast.
sick.
I wonder if anybody's done that yet. Huh.
We have now. That's our idea.
I don't want to claim it if somebody else has done it, but still.
You're wanting to do something like that.
See? Yeah, like that. Right? How badass
Get
would
some.
that be?
Yeah, because that's him in Guardians, right? Get
Yeah.
some.
Get some.
Get
Those
some.
space dogs.
Get some. Yeah, that would be
Oh.
sweet.
Rocket Raccoon is one of my favorite characters in comic book history, and I've got him behind me actually. So not in 6
He's a
scale.
weird one. Gotta
He's
love
so
him.
great. Mhm.
Yeah, he's just a fun character. Such a
Yeah.
neat idea.
Awesome. All right, so I think that. What's that?
I said he sits up there so easy.
Yeah, he does.
Well, the lightweight thing, and it looks like there's plenty of places to grab him.
Yep. Yeah,
to
and
grab
with
a-
that
to grab
rocket,
Iron
you are
Patriot.
going to have kind of these open palms. You also have another that's kind of a cylindrical grab for this detonator that he has that comes with this particular figure. So, you're able to do a lot, and then of course that tail is completely posable as well, so you could use that to do your balance and such. So.
I just think it's nuts because I remember seeing this guy at Comic-Con like for the first time when they were first showing him, and they had Rocket on him, I think, and I'm like, how are they going to do that? Like,
This
and
is how.
yeah.
This is how they do it.
Yeah, crazy.
Well, before we wrap up for the day, Paul, did you want to mention to anybody who might have just joined us since you last spoke about it, the happenings, the goings on next week?
Yes. All right, everyone. So next week, starting on Monday at 9 a.m., we are starting Sideshow New York Con. We've got shows basically all day. But luckily for you, it is a 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. affair. That is Pacific time. We are on the West Coast. You can register at side.show/NYCon21. Giveaway opportunities, rewards, all manner of things that you get from just registering. And again, it's completely free. So side.show/NYCon21. We'll see you guys next week. So excited for that.
Yeah,
All right.
I love things that are free.
Why not?
So that's it, everyone, for this episode of Unsealed and Revealed. Tune in next week for Sideshow's New York Con. We'll be back as a full-on show the week after that. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in for this one, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Guy, Paul, thanks again for being awesome with me. Producer Sam, Producer Michael, Producer Alan, you guys are great. You're the glue. We appreciate you. And everyone at home, don't forget to let your geek side show.
Get some. Get some.
Get some.
Space dogs!
Ah.